mean, music has like a wonderful way of evoking feelings in a way that words don't quite do justice. One of the amazing things about music is that it communicates something of the human experience, something that we all understand and that we all share. So this is the first project ever that I've done where I'm writing a piece of music that is in response to a flavour, which is really an abstract thing to be asked to do.
Slanger, cheers.
It's a very confident flavour.
See, for me, this expression, this one's like 32 years old. The previous releases that we've had, release 1, release 2, I found maybe a little bit more of a nutty character or maybe a bit of a warmer mouthfeel, but this is just a very nice, soft, elegant whiskey. Hints of like citrus on the palate, again a slight heat, just a little gingery spice. It's got that elegance that comes with the age. It's got an almost slight dustiness that I find really charming in it as well. Despite its long period of time maturing, it retains so much character that probably comes from its original distillation.
It's really what defines Rosebank as Rosebank. The actual distillery spirit is still shining through in this, definitely.
I think that there are some kind of interesting parallels between the musical experience and the journey of experiencing some of these flavours and these taste sensations. I mean, when you drink this, you know, you're transported in a way to different places, to different kind of locales. And as a composer, that's kind of what I aim to do when I'm writing music. As soon as I came to the distillery, I was struck by surface similarities to some of the instruments that ended up actually being in the Rosebank piece itself. Some of the equipment on some of the barrels, which looked very similar to the keys of woodwind and flutes and clarinets, and then seeing some of the more sort of like bulbous shapes similar to some of the brass instruments. Seeing all of the individual bits and pieces of equipment, all of them working together to form something that's more than the sum of its parts, I thought was quite interesting, because as musicians, that's exactly what we do. It's like a kind of collaborative experience. One of the things that came across almost immediately in the tasting was a sense of smoothness and this gradual evolution of smoothness. And so at the very beginning of the piece, you have very slow introduction of strings playing legato and very smooth, and that's a sort of replication. Then there are also kind of elements of certainly what I was tasting of spikiness, moments of little kind of surprises, and I think it was also really important to try to capture that element within the music itself. The first time I came, everyone here was kind of quite generous, and they were giving me bits and pieces of inspiration that kind of made its way into the piece. And so for me, it was really nice to be able to come back and sort of give back.
Having the orchestra playing today in the Still House felt like a really great way to celebrate what's coming for Rosebank. I think it's also a really fitting way to pay respect to all those who did the hard work 30 years ago and celebrate what they did.